Hello, and welcome to Math 2160, which is business calculus. My name is Richard Uchida, and I'll be your instructor for the course. I just wanted to go over a few of the things you need to do to get started for the course. Now, first, entering the course on eLearn, the first thing is if you go to the content area. Now, one thing, the very first time you go in there, you will not see these weekly folders. They'll only become available once you've completed this course overview survey with a score of 100%. And then once you've done that, then all of these weekly folders will become available because they are very important for you to be able to see everything because all of your assignments will be located within there. So the first thing is, here's the syllabus, and here's the when assignments are due page. This is also very important because it tells you the due dates for all of the assignments. Now, for this course, you're going to be using what is called the Mymathlab online homework system. Now, you will not follow the registration instructions that you were given with the Mymathlab access because we have integrated the Mymathlab course within the eLearn course shell. So what you're going to do is that you'll click on this link for the MyLab and Mastering launch, and once you do that, then it'll start you through the registration process. Now I'm going to be sending out an email with the registration instructions for the course, but basically what you got to do is once you've clicked on this link, you create a MyMathLab account if you don't already have one from a previous course. And then once you've done so, then you'll either enter the access code you've purchased from the bookstore, or if you could also purchase your access directly from the website as well. And if you don't have the funds currently, then you will be able to use MyMathLab's free 14-day temporary access. So you'll be able to access the course even if you haven't received your materials yet. But remember, you do need to purchase your access because it is, again, necessary for the course. All the homework assignments, the quizzes, the exams are all through MyMathLab. So you will need to purchase your MyMathLab access. Then once you've done that, then you read the other information like about the course, how grades are determined, this little welcome from me, and some of the other information. And then once you do that, then you take this course overview survey. It's pretty simple. And you have an infinite number of times to attempt the survey. And once you get 100%, then all of these weekly modules will be opened up to you. Now let's just look at an example of one, like the very first one. So for the first one, what you'll do is follow the directions. You'll review this is called the Introduction and Objectives page. It tells you the basic topics we'll be covering in the section. And then you read this textbook. This will give you a link for an electronic version of the textbook, because if you don't have the physical copy, you can use the electronic version available through MyMathLab. So you don't have to buy the physical copy if you do not wish to do so. And then for the assignments, the MyMathLab assignments will be located within these MyMathLab assignments submodules. Now at first you'll only see one, maybe two of the assignments, but the rest will become available as you do them in order. And for the MyMathLab assignments, there's always a set of lesson assignments, which are like videos and a problem for you to do. And then once you've completed those, then you'll have access to the homework assignment for that section. And once you've completed that with a score of at least a 90%, then you'll be able to take the Mymathlab quizzes. Now for the Mymathlab quizzes, they're all timed. I believe you have 30 minutes for them, and you have 3 attempts for each quiz. Then once you've completed the MyMathLab assignments, there is also a worksheet that is due for each assignment set as well. And they're all located within these drop boxes. So if you click on this one, for example, you'll see here is the link for the worksheet. So you'll be able to print it off, and then you could complete the assignment, and then you could use your phone or scanner if you happen to have one, and take a picture or scan your completed worksheet, and you can then submit your completed worksheet in this Dropbox. Now, I recommend using an app like Genius Scan, which is available free for both the Apple and Android phones. It's just a way for you to, when you use your phone to take a picture of your completed work, to save it as a single PDF file, and then submit your assignments in the Dropbox. So that's the way you're going to do each assignments, and then there's an assignment set due twice a week, on Wednesdays and on Sundays, except for weeks of exams. Now, going back to the when assignments are due page, just to show you, let's see, going to that, oops, we're in there. So looking at the when assignments are due, so like I was saying, so for the first week, there's an assignment set due on Wednesday and then one on Sunday. And if you notice, they're all Wednesday and Sundays for these assignment sets, except for, let's say, the fifth week, which has an exam. Now, the exams will be available for at least 4 days, including the due date. So even though it says for the first one, it's due on February 9th, which is a Wednesday, it will be available from, I believe, the Sunday beforehand, so it'll be from the 6th to the 9th it'll become available. So you could take it at any time. Now, for each exam, you will be using an online proctor system through Mymathlab, and the exams are also, the links for those are within the modules. So, for example, going to week 5, and looking at, let's say, exam 1. So you see, okay, so first thing, you should always review, and also make sure to do the review assignment. That's the best way to study for the exams. And then there's also the link for the actual exams here is right below. So when you do the exams, you'll, like I said, be using an online proctor system, so you will need a webcam with your computer. And one thing, the online proctor system is not compatible with Chromebooks or with iPads. So if you need to borrow a computer from the college, you can purchase or borrow one from the college. I'll be sending out a link which tells you the information, and do that as soon as possible, because it's not like a right away you go in there and they get you one right away. It may take a few days, so make sure again to do this as soon as possible if you need one. And one way to make sure if it works for you is, even on the first week, go to this week 5 module on the exam 1 submodule and click on this practice test. With that practice test, you'll be able to download the lockdown browser, which is required for each exam, and it'll also allow you to get used to the online proctor system. That way you can see just what you need and make sure everything works for your computer. Now again, do not wait until the day of the exam to do this. Like I said, I really recommend on the very first week you do this to make sure everything works for you. The practice tests, they don't count for anything for the grade. Again, it's a way to make sure everything will work for you. Now when you take the exams, they'll be just like when you take the quizzes, except for the exams, you will also submit your work just like when you submit your worksheets in these drop boxes. And now make sure to do that as soon as you have completed your exams. And then after the exam due dates pass, your instructor will go over not only your exams, because you only enter your answers on the exams, but he also will, or he or she will also go over the work you submit for your exam. So make sure it's neatly organized, numbered, so that your instructor can go over, like I said, your work and possibly give you partial credit for the questions. And now there are going to be 4 exams and a final exam. Now once again, going back to the when assignments are due page, like I said, you see the due dates for each one of the exams, and then the due date for the final exam. Now if you have any questions, just email your instructor as soon as possible.